Oh, damn, YouTube. Dang, what's going on? I'm just trying to get some Z's, man. Get a little nappity nap, and you guys are trying to bother me in the middle of my nap. What's going on? But hey, since you guys are here, let's go ahead and talk about the new comics that released on New Comic Book Day, man. Let me get up. Let me wipe the sleepity sleep out of my eyes, and we'll be right into the reviews. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, guys. Like I said, my name is Edwin the Comic Jabroni, and in today's video, we're going to discuss and review the independent comics that came out on New Comic Book Day. I'm gonna do things a little bit different in this video. I'm gonna show you the Marvel and DC books that I showed or that I picked up on New Comic Book Day, but I'm not gonna review them. We're gonna go over those in tomorrow's live stream on YouTube, which is going to be around 1 to 1:30 p.m. Central. In today's video, like I said, it's going to be independent comics. I picked up about 5 issues. They were all pretty good in my opinion, with my read of the week coming from an independent comic book. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, guys, and you're into comic books, comic book speculation, variant comics, how to collect comic books, anything that has to do with nerd and geek culture, make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys, and join the hashtag Comic Jabroni Nation. As always, I use comicbookroundup.com to just help me out with some review scores from critics and users like yourself and myself. But enough of all that jibber jabber, let's get into the reviews. Alright guys, this week I picked up 3 books from DC and Marvel. Like I said, we're going to review them tomorrow, but I just wanted to show you what I did pick up. First one being Marauders issue number 8. I also was able to grab Deceased Unkillables issue number 1. This is the Yasmin Putri horror homage cover. Really sweet cover there. Cardstock, really nice. And the big speculation book that everybody was going out running to go get today. I picked up Batman issue number 89, the A cover, at cover price. I really hope that you guys were able to go out there and pick this book up at cover price. Although inside, everybody was speculating on this first cameo appearance of Punchline, and she's in all of 2 panels. We do get that first appearance of the designer. So if you want to know more about this book, stay tuned for tomorrow's live stream. I'll talk about it more then. But let's get into reviews of indie books. Alright, with my reviews, I'm going to start from the number 5 book all the way to my best read of the week. And at number 5, we've got Undiscovered Country, issue number 5. No, it's issue number 4 from Charles Soule and Scott Snyder. This is just the regular A cover. I've been enjoying Undiscovered Country. Has that Fallout type of feel to it. I'm going to show you some of the interior artwork in here. This issue has a lot to do with one of the members of the team, and she's a journalist, and you know, she's an investigative journalist, so she's trying to figure out kind of why all of these people are on this team together, because they don't seem like they would mesh well. Why would somebody put this team together to go to the US who hasn't been seen, or nobody's entered the US in 30 years? So she does some digging, and we find out in this issue that it's more than meets the eye. Transformers there for you guys. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to spoil it, but the team has been captured by I'm going to show you this guy right here. The team has been captured by this guy right here, and he kind of gives them an ultimatum, and one of the team members has kind of made a deal with him to get the key to give to Uncle Sam to open this door to the spiral. Does that all sound insane? Yes, it does, because it absolutely is, man. But I'm all in. I dig it. I like it. Undiscovered Country. I'm going to be in at least for the first 10 issues. I want to see where this goes, but you're starting to peel back some of the layers of the onion on this issue, in issue number 4, and on this series. Every issue is giving us something more that we really didn't understand about it, and I'm absolutely loving that. They don't give us too much, but they also give us enough to satiate ourselves and want more from that next issue, guys. Undiscovered Country is amazing. One of the best parts of this book, and I'm going to show you here at the end, is these quotes that they give you from an oral history. So it's as if this actually happened and there was an oral history book created of people that either made it out of the US or they were already living abroad and they're US citizens, and this is kind of their take on what happened. Undiscovered Country is pretty good, but yo, it's fifth on my list. What's next? All right, next up from Vault Comics, we've got Heist, or How to Steal a Planet, issue number 4. This is written by Paul Tobin. I have been enjoying this series because I'm all in on heist type of stories. Anything that really kind of brings me back to watching those Ocean's 11 movie where there's one main character that gets a group of people, a group of protagonists together to steal something. Now, what the first 3 issues kind of lacked is, what was the plan? These people were trying to steal this planet from this corporation that owns the planet, but you never really get what the plan is. How are they actually going to steal it? But it's this issue right here that you finally get the plan into action. What I love about this is that you get the narration from the main protagonist in these little these thought bubbles on time, like this has to go at this time and in this time and this time, and he tells you, okay, it's 8:44, this should be going on now it's 8:46, this has to happen. So he has his plan down to the actual minute on what's going to happen, but he tells you at the beginning a lot of things have to happen exactly as he planned it, or everything's going to go into the
perfect.
Absolutely digging it. Guys, Heist, if you haven't been reading it, either go pick up all the first 3 issues and pick this one up because I think it's such a great story that it is worth reading, or wait till it comes out in trade and pick it up then. Yo, Paul Tobin has been doing an amazing job on this. Heist, it's one of my favorite reads right now, and it also brings a bit of comedy to it too. There's just some really funny parts in here that, you know, when I'm reading it, I get to it, I'm like, that's hilarious. Let's get into the 3rd book. All right, guys, from Dark Horse Comics, we have a issue number 1, a brand new book that just released, and that is Bang, issue number 1, written by Matt Kindt. And what really drew me to this was right on the front, you get a quote from Keanu Reeves, and it says, "A great effed up blend of James Bond and Tintin." Now, I've seen a ton of James Bond, but I've never read or watched the Tintin movie, so I don't really know what that means, but James Bond, I'm all in, and that's what this is. It is a story about a spy, and this spy has got to go out, and he gets put on this mission, and he starts finding some things out. He gets drugged in this issue, and he starts realizing that he's only a 30-year-old, but he has these memories of being a spy in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s. Like, how is this possible? At the beginning of the story, we see this spy. He's going up against this group called the Gold Maze, and his name is Thomas Cord, white guy. And he gets this book, right? That was kind of his mission, is to defeat these guys and then get this book. He goes out on a ship where he meets this woman. He sees this woman, and the woman actually kills him. This is within the first 2 pages, guys, so I'm not really giving anything away. She kills him and takes the book. And then we transition to another spy with the same name, Thomas Cord. And his boss is telling him that one of their other spies, the white guy, was actually killed for this very book that I'm giving you. And then she puts him on a mission. So their both name is Thomas Cord, but he goes out on this mission. Like I said, he gets drugged. Then he talks to this man there at this mansion, and the dude is telling him, you know, how is it possible that you have these memories of being a spy in the 50s, being a spy in the 70s, being a spy in the 80s, but you're only 30 years old. You're not old enough to have these kind of memories. So I'm interested, very interested. What is going on? Is this like a Matrix type of deal? But it's got spies in it, man, like James Bond. That's awesome stuff. And this is actually the book that he finds by Philip Verb, the 18 Stigmata of Philip Verb. I'm going to show you some of the interior artwork, guys. There's a ton of action in here. Great stuff. Guys, if you have a chance to go and pick up this Bang issue number 1, I would definitely recommend picking up Bang number 1. But I still got 2 more. Let's get into them. Alright, so this should have been my number 1, but there's one better than this. But this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 103. I, as always, grabbed the retailer incentive cover written by Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz. Guys, oh, and on the back, Lock and Key. Have y'all seen this show on Netflix? It's amazing. But enough of that. This. Alright, so the Turtles are still reeling from what happened in issue 100, right? Splinter died. The city of Manhattan has been turned into this mutant town because Old Hob of the Mutanimals, he blew up this bomb during this rally, right, for the governor, or no, for the mayor, and everybody that was at that rally turned into mutants, and the whole city of Manhattan, they're all turning into mutants. So after issue 100, the government decides to shut down the city of Manhattan and put up walls, turn it into Mutant Town. This issue here, we're getting a lot of story about kind of what Old Hob and the Mutanimals might be doing, right? The Turtles are all still spread apart, right? Raphael is in Manhattan. He's kind of the Dark Knight of that city. Leo, Donnie, and Michelangelo are up in the farm. Donatello's had enough of this because nobody's talking to each other, so he decides to sneak back in to Manhattan, past the walls. The big thing about this issue is there are these 3 new mutants. They end up being captured by Old Hob, but through this issue we find out that they're actual kids that Old Hob is trying to create into his new team of Mutanimals, but he's actually trading them to the Foot Clan for supplies. So there's some craziness going on. If you don't know who Old Hob is the leader of the Mutanimals who first appearance shows up in issue number 1 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this guy is still playing a really big role in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I love it, man. There's characters that started way back in issue number 1 that we're still seeing now. They're not killing people off. They're not just kind of putting them to the side on the bench like, we don't really need to write a story for you. No, everybody is getting their just due in these issues. Turtles is amazing. Obviously, I'm a Turtle guy, so I have a little bit of a bias, but I really think that Turtles is a book that a lot of people need to be reading. They don't give it a lot of credit because they keep thinking back to the 80s and 90s cartoon, and it is not that, guys. Turtles is amazing, but it's not my read of the week. This next book is my read of the week. My read of the week goes to Dark Horse's Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy issue number 3. Guys, written by Jeff Lemire. I grabbed this beautiful B cover right here. I absolutely love this cover. You got Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy. Looks like they're on a roof in the rain, just looking so badass. Guys, this is such an amazing issue. We are in the Black Hammer universe, right? It's kind of a play. If you don't know what Black Hammer universe is, it's kind of a play on what we know from Marvel and DC. Their characters are kind of tied into those that we know in DC and Marvel, but there's a twist. So what Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy are, this is Black Hammer universes, Batman and Robin. But this issue right here, we're getting panels that are going on right now in the story, and we're getting flashbacks to the Crimson Fist, right? The Crimson Fist is this old-timey hero in the Black Hammer universe. So he is looking for Grim Jim, who is this new villain. But in the future, and they're in the present time, Grim Jim has kind of taken over this presidential or governor's speech, and he's kind of beating up this guy that wants to go out for governor. Who that guy ends up being is the Crimson Fist. So you're getting a story of a flashback of Crimson Fist looking for Grim Jim, but you're also getting a story in the present time of Grim Jim taking over at one of these mayors or gubernatorial speeches, right? there's two things going on at once. Skulldigger shows up. He starts beating up on Grim Jim. He's kind of going back and forth with Grim Jim. Skeleton Boy, this is the first time that we see Skeleton Boy put the costume on and actually go out to help Skulldigger. So there's a lot of action in here, but there is a huge reveal at the end on who Grim Jim is, who Skulldigger is, and it blew my mind, guys. I love this story, and a lot of it has to do with because I'm just a huge Batman and Robin fan, and I'm also a big time Joker fan. So you got Batman and Joker, or you got Batman and Robin, and then Grim Jim is kind of the Joker of this story. It's just so amazing, guys. Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy, if you're not on this, you really need to be. Go find issues 1 and 2, pick up issue 3, give it a read. Let me know what you think of it. Well, guys, that's it for my reviews. I showed you what I picked up from Marvel and DC, but I reviewed the independent books. Skulldigger, Skeleton Boy, that's my read of the week. Let me know, what did you guys pick up? And while you're at it, hit that like button when you're writing down the comment. Helps me out, helps YouTube know that people are actually watching my stuff, and makes the world a better place. So guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Edwin the Comic Jabroni. I'm finna lay back down, take a nice little nap. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you on Friday for the live stream.
It's over 9,000!
Peace!